Well, I wonder if Moran has recovered from that pasting he took at the back end of the last round. You're making the point, Dave, that he is sparring with Mark Breland, getting him ready for the fight against Lloyd Hannigan next month.
Yeah, but you can see why he's requested as a sparring partner, because he's so hard and so tough. As I said, there's ones that crumble under lesser punishment, and he's still coming forward to you and looking for Crisanto, a real tough character. This man is a nightmare for every fighter, a real nightmare.
Well, incredibly enough, we were looking at his record up on the screen a few moments ago. 16 fights he's had. And in fact, those fights have taken less than 40 rounds, all 16 of them.
Well, I don't think his record does him justice, really, because he's such a good fighter and he's very, very, very durable. So he is, as I said, fighters dread fighting opponents like this.
Spaniard digging in and hitting at will. Marin has got very little to offer at the moment, other than that India rubber durability.
His head must have made of concrete, because what he's taking here is unbelievable. As everybody knows, Crisanto punches like a heavyweight, so he does.
Spaniard just won't let him off the hook. It's all coming from España, everything. The Mexican from Florida, apart from courage and durability, just can't land blows on this tall, dancing man from Venezuela that the Belfast fans love so much.
Yeah, it's in the head. I see it. Oh, it's very bad. It's just the head, whatever the hell they.
This man has come for a war, and it's a war he's in. This is the start of World War III, so it is. He's taken, I think he's taken far too many punches to the head. He must have a head made of concrete, as I said before.
Keep breathing, Bernardo. Don't be talking. Big breath.
Relax.
Relax. Come on, breathe deep. Big breath, Crisanto. Come on.
It's a cut behind the right ear that España picked up. But there was a tiny, tiny trace of blood in the corner of his left eye that they were working on in the break just now.
In fact, it looks as if it's very high in the head, because I can see a lot of Vaseline just up above the ear. So I think it's rather high up on the right-hand side of his head. So it is really. As you can see the Vaseline there.
It'll be a clash of heads that did it, because the man from Florida hasn't really landed a good, solid cutting blow with his gloves. And España is just picking him off. this sort of contest, I think, Dave, is very, very good for Espana. He's really got world ambitions. These are the sort of people that he's really got to go in with. He's had one or two in recent times who really were overmatched when they came in with him.
Yeah, this man will test him to the full. It'll test his stamina, it'll test his boxing ability, it'll test his punching power to the full, and this is just exactly what he needs, and he's going to get it here tonight. And this is a real tough fellow.
That downward chopping right hand just slid off the chin. Oh, yes. Right on the button then. And this incredible man, Marin, just didn't blink. He's taking more. But still on those solidly platformed feet, flat on the ring surface. Very little up on the toes about Marin. He still plods forward. Well, in the corner of Delfino Marin, Jack Leonard, his manager now, 72 years old. He's seen the best and put them on in his Los Angeles rings. Sugar Ray Rumsden, Muhammad Ali, that's him there in the glasses, 72 years old with a wealth of experience behind him. What can he do to help Marin now?
As you can see here, Crisanto sets him up with this long, piercing left jab, and you see this stabbing right hand here coming in right now. That was a cracking shot, very, very solid blow. This man takes a shot very, very well, because, as I said, it was ones that have crumbled under lesser pressure. Unbelievable. So tough.
Well, they're scheduled for 10, and I wonder if it'll go that far. Espana, 16 fights. Only 2 men have gone the full course with him. Dave Pierre from Peterborough, and Del Bryan, the Nottingham southpaw. Everything else has been inside the distance. Incredible record. 6 victims he stopped in the first round, another 4 in the second round, and another 4 in the third round of his contest. But he doesn't look as though he's going to stop this tank that comes forward and forward and forward. You just wonder how much punishment Chicano Marin can continue to take.
This is just exactly what Crisanto needs, you know, somebody to test him to the full, take him 10 good hard rounds or 8 good hard rounds, and this is exactly what Marin is doing. See, it's his hardest test to date.
Now they're right over on top of us at the moment, and we can see the close-up of the body punches and the shots right above us. And Espana won't let him go. Still stays with him. And Marin gets a big round of applause by this appreciative audience here in the Ulster Hall. Out there somewhere, I'm sure, is Trevor McClintock, the managing director of Gilbey's, whose enthusiasm for the fight game has enabled so many good shows to go on here in the Ulster Hall with the sponsorship. And I'm sure he'll be well pleased by the way this fight is going and the way the audience here is appreciating it. This is a torrid round for Delfino Marin. Just won't let him off with Espana. And again, Marin comes away from it. Still on his feet. Still strong. His head is down. And I think that might be the end of it. He looks over to his corner. 5. Up at 6. The bell is there. And that's the end of a magnificent round for Espana. But what about the courage of this boy, Delfino Marin? Don't forget, the count would have gone on past the bell if he'd still been down, but he was up. Oh, Espana, what about that, Dave?
I don't know what keeps this man Moran up in his 2 feet, because what he's taken here is unbelievable. Every punch conceivable he's been hit with, your right hands, left hooks, uppercuts, the lot, and he's still in his he's still standing on his 2 feet. Unreal. Look at that for a right hander, cracking. Unbelievable.
Well, there's the face of Delfino Marin, who is as genuine and an honest performer as you'd ever hope to see. Well, the only thing that every thought going through my mind at the moment, Dave, is whether referee Barney Wilson will allow Marin to take very much more of this.
Well, he still looks very fresh, even though he's taken a lot of punishment. He still looks as if he's capable of pulling the fight out of the bag. Oh. Well, maybe
he didn't
not
go
now.
down. He should have done, but that's it. Referee Barney Wilson says that is enough. And who can say no? Espana, the hardest opponent that he has been up against, and it took him just over 5 rounds to catch up and finally overpower a very brave boxer from Florida, Delfino Marin. And I think that referee Barney Wilson was absolutely dead right at the end there.
Yeah, well, that right hand he was caught with there was absolutely devastating, so it was just right on the button. That was enough. He'd seen enough, and
Ladies and gentlemen, Delfino Marin was unable to defend himself. The referee stopped the contest, and the winner is Crisanto Claus Espana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not get away. What a very game loser we had there. And Delfino Marin. Come on, let's hear applause for our winner.
How's your Spanish?
Not very good.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Going to Barney now, fair enough.
Barney first. Rolling, yes.
Barney Eastwood, you described Crisanto's fight tonight as his moment of truth, and he responded with great style.
Terrific fighter, very good. I think he can win the championship of the world. It's a very difficult division. I think he can. I think this guy that came too, he came with a great pedigree. He'd never ever taken a count in the amateurs, never ever been stopped. And the referee did a wise thing in stopping the fight because someone might have got killed. Obviously, he was going to get knocked flat on his back the next round.
At one stage, we wondered if the referee indeed wouldn't stop the fight a wee bit earlier.
Well, it's very difficult for the referee to make up his mind. In view of the fact that the guy has such a great record and he's went the distance with Hunnigan, and he always had a chance of producing a big punch that would win him the fight. So obviously the referee took that into consideration.
And Barney, the plans now for Crisanto Claus, España?
Crisanto Claus will now meet Georgie Vaca at the King's Hall on the 17th of March as the chief support to the world title fight which Macaulay's taking place. So that'll be a very, very big night for Ireland, and you can see Crisanto's ready. He has the shamrocks and he has the green on, so he's ready. So I think we're on our way. So I'd made a promise to myself that I would go back to Las Vegas, and I think it's now to say, here we come. I think we're on our way.
You mean to say you're going to go back with this man to fight for a world title?
I think I will, yes. Yeah.
Well, Barney, that's great news for everybody, and well done, Crisanto. Yeah. Thanks very much.
The crowd were terrific here tonight. There was terrific support for Crisanto. You could hear the support yourself. It's unbelievable that a strange guy can come in here, and after 2 years, he's a local. So it's great. But with some more great boxing to come, and where do you see this fella Wenton box? The skinny one of the Wentons, Richie Wenton. Where do you see him next fight?
Thanks very much, Barney. Thanks, lads. Yeah. Well done, Crisanto.
All right, Crisanto.
So remarkable stuff indeed from Crisanto Claus, España, and as Barney Eastwood said, they're well on his way towards that world title fight. Well, next it's an international lightweight contest featuring Nigel the Heat Wenton against Luis Mendieta from Panama, with Wenton, the Liverpool boy, hoping to win in impressive style before he challenges Steve Boyle for the British title. But Mendieta, well, he's a durable little fella.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an international bantamweight contest over 6 3-minute rounds between Richie Wenton and Ariel Cordova. At the weigh-in today, Cordova weighed 8 stone and 8 pounds. Wenton weighed in at 8 stone, 9 and 1/2 pound. On my right and in the red corner, from Panama, Ariel Cordova. On my left and in the blue corner, from Liverpool, boxing out of Belfast, Richie Wenton. Your referee, Mr. Barney Wilson. Seconds out. Round 1.
So the older of the Winton brothers, where Nigel goes in for gold, Richie goes in for silver shorts. Ariel Cordova from Panama, fighter who gave John Lowy 6 very hard rounds the last time he was in Belfast back in November. So this, the toughest opponent that Richie Winton will have come up against. Be interesting to see how he tackles this.
Take your time, Richie. Box. Box, Richie. Feet first. Arms high. Jab it out. 1, 2.
Ariel Cordova sporting a jolly good beard, which may soften blows to the chin. Don't seem to remember him being as bearded as that the last time he was here. I think he just started to grow it then.
Yeah, he didn't have much of a growth at all the last time, but he's a very tough customer, so he is, and it'll be a fairly good hard test for Richie. So he's very durable, this Cordova. I can remember saying it last time, he's known in Panama as the wall, so he is. So he's hard to stop, so he is. Very rarely has he been on the floor. A real tough customer, as are all these Panamanians.
1, 2.
Yes, I looked through his record, and he's not been stopped by anybody.
Go to your right. Richie, go to your right.
Step to the right and throw it.
Richie Winton,
Richie,
that long left jab. And he walked into a punch then. And Cordova is made to pay for that. Little loss of concentration just for a moment by Richie Winton. And he got hurt, but immediately came fighting back.
Good shot, Richie. Jerk it up inside.
Well, a mixture of the first round, with Richie Winton struggling a bit to get his game together.
Want a wee bit of a session in the mouth or not? No?
Knocked out 1, stopped 2.
Come on, let's see how clever you are. Beautiful.
But it's 4 straight wins in a row since he turned pro
Hold this.
in 1988, in December 1988.
You have to look better than the other brother.
Cordova, fighting longer, started in 86. Has a checkered sort of career, won his first 2 fights, then went, oh crikey, almost 3 years before he won this month, February the 9th, beat Eduardo Lopez in Panama. Did a long time without wins, but he goes the distance with people.
Second time. Round 2.
Small delay while they remembered to put Ariel Cordova's
Go to the right.
mouthpiece back in.
That's it. 1, 2.
Hold the skill, Richie. Move your head. That's it.
Go to your right, Richie.
That left jab of Richie Winton's is a very solid weapon.
Jab, jab, and switch it.
Yeah, well, I know what it's like myself because I've been sparring with Richie for this past month, and it's a very solid and hurtful left jab, and he's got a good right hand too when he gets it on. So he's improved an awful lot from his last fight, Richie. So he's much more relaxed now. So he throws a lot more combinations. So he does.
There are marks around Cordova's eyes now, where the effect of that piston left hand and the right hand as well are paying dividends for him.
Settle down again, Rich. Settle down. Come on, settle down. All your skills.
Good job again. Good shot, good shot.
Hop, hop, as he's coming.
That was a slap, I think, more than
Yes, I think
a
it was a
punch.
slap, yes. You could tell by the sound of the punch landing.
Well, it's a good job it was a slap, because if it had been a punch, it could have removed at least the quiff at the back of Richie Wenton's head. Well, Cordova certainly deserved his return visit here to the Ulster Hall, because he was a very genuine performer against that very brilliant little boxer, John Lowy, the last time he was over here.
Cordova is known in the game as a journeyman, so he is, and he tends to give people his opponents very hard fights, and that is probably why he's over again, because Richie needs a few good hard fights to test him, so he does.
Yes, it's only a taste of the pro game that Richie Wenton has had so far. Amateur with the Window Lane Amateur Boxing Club, and just 4 professional fights. This is his 5th.
Deep breath. No, you're okay. You're a bit anxious. You're a bit anxious. Settle down. Deep breath. No,
Manager Barney Eastwood telling his boy to settle down, not to be quite so eager.
Now, give me that water. You want some down your backside?
Well, Richie was getting some good shots in there, the left and the right, Dave.
Yeah, when Richie tends, when you catch Richie with a shot, he tends to come back and throw maybe a dozen shots at you in reply to the good shot you caught him with. So it can be a good thing in a way.
When you throw them, combination. 3, 4, 5, bang, and then move. Right? Good. Come on.